So good morning students. Again I welcome to this class D commutation lecture. So it's the third part of this lecture series. So till now we have discussed three modes of conduction and the waveform regarding these three modes of conduction. So three modes of conduction are denoted as in the waveforms. Now we will see the some parameters calculation or some results of this class D commutation technique, which will be very important for the exam point of view. So what is the ITM? First one is the ITM, that is the peak value of main thyristor current. So what is the peak value of main thyristor current? So going to the first mode of conduction, if we see uh, ITM will be IC plus I naught. So this amount of current will be flowing through the main thyristor. So if we add both currents, then we will obtain the peak value of main thyristor current. So IC plus I naught. So I naught will be there. And what is the IC? IC will be IP sine omega naught T. What is the peak value of IP? IP equals to Vs root of C by L. So this amount of current will be flowing through the main thyristor. So what is the second one is the what is the ITA peak? ITA means auxiliary thyristor peak current. So through the auxiliary thyristor, what amount of current will be flowing? So if we see in the second mode of conduction, if TA will be on, then IC will be I naught. So this I naught amount of current will be flowing through the main. This is the auxiliary thyristor. So peak amount of current will be flowing I naught through the auxiliary thyristor in the on condition. See the third point. Without completion of first mode, we cannot turn off the main thyristor. Obviously, we so if we want to commutate this main thyristor, we will not turn off up to the T on time. So minimum turn on time of the main thyristor or chopper switch. So what is the minimum turn on time? So in the waveform, if we see minimum turn on time, so see the waveform, this amount at the first mode and see up to this point. First mode, if we put omega naught t is equals to pi, omega naught t is equals to pi, then what is the omega naught? Omega naught equals to 1 upon root LC. So see the calculation at this point. Omega naught t, omega naught t is equals to pi. If you want to calculate the time period, then t is equals to pi by omega naught. So if we put omega naught to be 1 upon root LC, then what is the time period? Pi root LC. Pi root LC. So this amount of time period is the minimum turn on time of the main thyristor. So T on minimum of the TM will be pi root LC. As in case of class B commutation, this amount of time our main thyristor will be in on condition. So if we want to calculate the duty cycle, or that is it, on time of this main thyristor with respect to total time period T. So if we put T on upon T, in which T on minimum will be pi root LC as calculated above, and this is the pi root LC divided by T. What is the T? T is equals to 1 by F. So this if you put T is equals to 1 by F, then pi F root LC. This amount of duty cycle value will be there for minimum turn on time. And fifth point, what is the peak inverse voltage of freewheeling diode? So peak inverse voltage means the amount of voltage, peak amount of voltage which will be applied across this freewheeling diode to remains it in the off condition or in the reverse bias. So see the freewheeling diode. So freewheeling diode will be connected at this output side across this load in parallel condition. So this charging current will be flowing like this. So this freewheeling diode will be in off condition. So if we see, if we connect the freewheeling diode to be here, so this current will be flowing like this. So plus will be there and minus will be there. So this current will be flowing like this. So this our freewheeling diode will be in, this freewheeling diode will be in off condition. Why off condition? Because it is a reverse bias. By this current direction, it is in reverse bias or in off condition. So what is the peak amount of voltage? So Vs plus Vs, if you apply KVL, Vs plus Vs, 2 Vs, that is amount of out voltage will be applied at the output side to make this freewheeling diode in the off condition. So what is the peak inverse voltage of this freewheeling diode, which will be equals to 2 Vs. So this is the 2 Vs, peak inverse voltage of freewheeling diode. And what is the peak inverse voltage of this main thyristor? So it will be Vs only. So peak inverse voltage means the amount of reverse voltage will be applied to make in the off condition or reverse bias condition. 7th point, circuit turn off time of the main thyristor. So as we see in the class B commutation also, circuit turn off time will be minimum amount of turn on time, minimum amount of time up to which our main thyristor will be in off condition. So minimum amount of time up to which our main thyristor will be in off condition. So in this way we will define the circuit turn off time. So it will be given as a C into Vs divided by I naught. Vs will be reverse voltage. This amount of reverse voltage will be applied to the main thyristor. So C dV by dt, by the formula we will easily calculate this circuit turn off time, C Vs divided by I naught. What is the conduction time of this auxiliary thyristor? So conduction time of the, not the circuit turn off time, only I will see the conduction time of this auxiliary thyristor. So the time up to which, see, auxiliary thyristor will be in on condition. So auxiliary thyristor will be in on condition up to the T on to the this T on to the end of the second mode. So this amount, this is the duration, this is the duration up to which our auxiliary thyristor will be conducting. So this amount, this duration will be also called as 2 into TCM. If we double this TCM, then we will calculate this whole amount of time up to which our auxiliary thyristor will be in on condition. So conducting time of this auxiliary thyristor will be 2 into TCM, which is circuit turn off time of the main thyristor. So multiply with 2 TCM, we will obtain the conduction time of this auxiliary thyristor. What is the circuit turn off time of this auxiliary thyristor? Circuit turn off time of the auxiliary thyristor, see in the waveform again. So this is the TCA, which will be denoted here. So it will be half of this TCM. So TCA will be, if we this is circuit turn off time, then half will be, half amount will be TCA. So TCA will be half into TCM. So pi root LC divided by half. Why? See, the whole time period will be pi root LC. If we divide this pi root LC divided by half, then we will obtain the circuit turn off time of this auxiliary thyristor. Now we will calculate the average output voltage at the load side. What is the formula of average output voltage? So we calculate the average by taking the area under the curve of this voltage waveform. So if you want to calculate the average output voltage, which is the T on time and as well as T off time, both the time are there and total time period will be there. So if we want to calculate this, we will have to calculate the area under the curve of voltage waveform. So you see in the output voltage waveform. So in output voltage waveform, we want to calculate up to this whole time period T. If you want to calculate the average output voltage, one will be here up to T on time, rectangle will be there, and from T on to T off, this triangle will be there. So if we want to we calculate this area, then we apply Vs into T on, which is the area of this rectangle. And what is the area of this triangle? Which is half into base into height. So base will be this and height will be 2 Vs. So in this way we can calculate the area of under the curve of this voltage waveform. So Vs into T1 plus 1 by 2, 2 into TCM into 2 Vs. Why 2 TCM? Is easily we can say observe from the waveform into 2 Vs divided by total time period, because we want to calculate the mean value or average value. So we further calculate this Vs into T on. If you want to calculate, we can common this, take the common term Vs outside, and T on plus 2 TCM will be there, divided by T. And so this expression is similar as in case of step down chopper. So output voltage will be equals to alpha times of Vs. So this technique will be applied to step down chopper. So what is the T on? So in this technique, voltage computation technique, effective turn on time will be increases by what amount? 2 TCM amount, which is the time, 2 TCM. So T on effective will be T on plus 2 TCM. This amount of effective turn on time. And now we'll see the 11th point, commutation interval. So it is the time required to disconnect load from the source after the main thyristor will be in off condition. So this what tells commutation interval? It is the time. Basically, it is a time interval required to disconnect the load from the source. Disconnect means there is no current will be flowing to the load side. So when no current will be flowing at the load side, if from the source after the main thyristor will be in off condition. So main thyristor will be in off condition. So there is a no current will be flowing at the output side, because path uh, path flowing through the load side. See the current. So this main thyristor will be in off condition. So no current will be flowing at the output side. So load will be disconnected from the source side. So this is what amount of time period up to which the load connected from the source side, when Tm will be in off condition. So Tm will be in off condition up to 2 TCM time. So we put 2 TCM will be commutation interval. Up to 2 TCM time, load will be disconnected from the source side after the main thyristor will be in off condition. After the main thyristor will be in turn off condition. Now we calculate the minimum average voltage of the chopper. Chopper means thyristor switch will be there, which will be act like a chopper switch. We want to calculate the minimum average value. How we can calculate the minimum value? So see the voltage waveform expression, which will be V naught equals to Vs into T on plus 2 TCM divided by T. What is the minimum turn on time? Minimum turn on time will be, see in the third point, minimum turn on time will be pi root LC. So if we put minimum turn on time pi root LC in the expression of the output voltage waveform here, so pi root LC plus 2 TCM divided by T. If we put a minimum value of this T on time, and then output voltage will also be minimum, because net term will be minimum. So output voltage will be also minimum. So if further simplify this expression, then by simplifying this expression, if we put T is equals to 1 by F, then final expression will be written like this. So total of 12 result will be there for in case of this class D commutation. So this is the numerical part, and these are the uh, theoretical part of this class D computation technique. In this way, we will complete the class D computation technique. So in the next class, we will again continue with class D computation with some numerical problems. Thank you.